Alright, time for the other deck for this week, which is House Stark Banner of the Kraken. When I was looking at this faction and banner combo, what immediately jumped out to me was the combo of Sea Bitch and the North Remembers. That's such a dank combo that I was like, I'm going to try to do it. And so then I'm Banner Greyjoy, so I also threw in Iron Mines. And once I had these two, I was like, well, let's have King's Landing, because that goes with these locations, doesn't it? So now we have King's Roads, that's another sacrifice location. Some more economy, Great Halls, Rose Road, City Gates. City Gates also theoretically has King's Landing synergy, because you can use the action and then still marshal it out with King's Landing. And Flea Bottoms, obviously, because it is sacrifice deck. Bodyguards and Milks. The Milk is really just here for peace and prosperity, so that this plot is like more justified. It's a nice card to have around. But it could definitely be cut for like Frozen Solid or something like that. I just feel like I didn't really have room in the deck for Frozen Solid, but Frozen Solid is still a useful card because the opponent will often have Flea Bottom, and then if you have your Flea Bottom in play, you can't steal theirs with Sea Bitch, so Frozen Solid would still be useful. Instead, we brought in Lordsport Shipwrights to try and take care of that. And since we have Bodyguards and Iron Mines, we have Valor Magulus, and the rest of the deck kind of goes from there. Some pretty typical start characters, sacrifice dudes, and characters that you can try to protect with Bodyguards, Rob and Wyman. We've got the Summer, we've got some characters that can be revived with Summer, Maester Lewin, Mira Reed, Jory Castle for Valar Morghulis, and Hagen's Daughter, another character that survives Valar Morghulis, Victarion, a character that can save himself. Triss Botley seemed like the most useful 12th Greyjoy card. There's a few others you could use. You could use the non-loyal Asha, you could use Theon. There's several decent Greyjoy characters, but sometimes Triss just wins you the game. And I really like his ability to shut down BS in some cases. Like take the Targaryen opponent's Dracarys out of their discard. That's always a nice play to make. So yeah, that's the deck. The plots, we've got Peace and Prosperity to start, Noble Cause and Trade Routes for more economy, Valar, Counting Coppers, Close Call for Flea Bottom, and Confiscation. We don't have a time for Wolves, which I would like to have a time for Wolves, but again, there's just not really room for it. We don't have Skagos, another card that I don't think I really have room for that I would like. And because there's no Skagos, that means there's zero way to ever deal with attachments if I don't use Confiscation. So I kind of have to use Confiscation. The very first game I played with this deck, I was able to steal the opponent's Dorn with Sea Bitch and then take 2 cards out of it. Like I lost 2 challenges, so I drew 2 cards. And then I sacrificed it at the end of the challenges phase with the North Remembers. And that was pretty glorious. Knowing my luck, that's like the one time ever that I'll be allowed to actually pop off with the combo when I'm not recording. And I'll never get to do it again. Like, I tried to play a game just now, but I had a terrible setup against a 6-cost wall deck, and I didn't draw any Sea Bitches to steal a 6-cost wall, so I was just instantly dead. He did March to the Wall on my Wyman Manderley that I was forced to set up, and then immediately stole the Wyman with the wall, so I was like, okay, this game's over. Let's see, I think I have to keep this set up, even though it's not ideal. I could set up Catelyn by herself. Pretty tempting. If I don't do that, then it's like one... I guess it's a 6 gold 4 card setup. That's probably good enough. Baratheon Wars to come. So this will probably be slow. It'll probably be lame. But I can't complain too much about playing against Baratheon, given the numerous other things that it could be, which are even more obnoxious. Counting coppers, trying to counter Summer Harvest there probably. Joke's on you, buddy. I'm not using that. Alright, so we got the Sea Bitch combo. Let's see if he marshals like the Red Keep or something. Alright, let's do this. Get a 0 gold Wyman Manderley. 0 gold Bodyguard. I can't afford to marshal any other characters, which is unfortunate. But I can marshal an Iron Mines and save 2 for the North Remembers. That's pretty good, right? I'm assuming his card in Shadows is a Shadow Priestess? Could be a Pinch of Powder. I guess it could be Shireen, but that would be pretty weird. That's unfortunate, but what can you do? What can you frickin' do, man? Absolutely nothing. So probably can't afford to actually play the North Remembers here. I guess I can use it with Sea Bitch on the Stormlands fiefdom. That's probably worth it. We'll do that. So I was hoping I could sacrifice a character with it, but I can't really afford to do that because I'm going to have to fulfill military claim. Sad times. Come on. Oh, okay. That's generous of him. Really doesn't want to lose an intrigue challenge. That's pretty typical for Baratheon, though. Baratheon tends to play slow and play defensive. That's my experience. They try to play long games. Alright, are we going to do it? We're going to do it. He'll probably just lose one of his reducer guys, but I think this is still worth it. Oh, he lost his location. Well, I'm happy with that. Yeah, lose all your economy. Maybe he's doing that because he's scared of Ward and March to the Wall since I'm Stark, which I don't have because that's lame, but it's totally reasonable for him to be scared of that, since that is a pretty typical Stark thing to do. I guess we do Noble Cause now. And he is going to do... no idea, honestly. Oh, that makes sense. Probably a Selyse turn. They typically reveal this when they're about to marshal Selyse. Flea Bottom. Heck yeah, let's go. Alright. We always get Flea Bottom. If we marshal Rob for 4, we have 2 gold left. No, 1 gold. I think we can afford to do that. Or we could get 2 gold. Do I even want maybe Triss Botley? I think Rob is just too good to not bring out. Yeah, he's too good. Let's just do it. This kind of craps on his Withering Cold. So... Alright. Well, that's not Selyse. I guess he's going to take my bodyguards and do Valar Morghulis. That's pretty annoying. But at least I have an Iron Mines, nothing he can do about that. Since he has 0 locations, if he wants to Valar, even though his Melisandre has a save, it's probably not going to be great for him. That's a lot of Neil. He's over reserve, so I'm not going to do intrigue. Military doesn't matter. He has a really wide board with like 2 chumps. Just do a power and pass. Now what do I do? Could actually do Valar Morghulis. It's actually pretty appealing. Let's just go ahead and do it before he can discard the bodyguard off Wyman. I think I can stand... Yeah, Rob can stand the board off of Summer dying. Next turn we can close call Summer into the flea bottom pile. He don't have any locations, even though his Melisandre will survive. It just seems like a good time to do it. And that really worked out because, you know, that plot is, the effect does nothing since I have 0 claim this turn anyways. The thing I'm actually going to save Rob's stand for challenges phase to use with Flea Bottom. Pretty marginal, but maybe it'll matter. Well, that's always happening. Well, I can't afford Flea Bottom and Bran, so I guess it's just Bran. We might just not use Rob's stand this turn. So we have 0 claims, so standing him to attack's not super important. Yeah, no need to do anything here. We'll just defend. I'm just going to defend Intrigue and let him have power. Basically trying to keep my board as stable as I can. He might even do his Valar Morghulis back at me now, but again, he doesn't have any locations, so I'm fine with him doing that, even though it'll kill my two best characters. I still think I'll be in a better spot than him if he does that. He might do Valar Dohaeris only to split these two up. That wouldn't surprise me. Yep, not entirely surprising. I'll go first, so he'll have to fulfill military claim before he can do anything. Alright, let's get King's Landing going. Since this is looking to be quite the slow and long game here. Do I get... I guess I just go for economy. I mean, both Valars have been used, so I don't really need Iron Mines. He doesn't have anything worth taking with Sea Bitch. So I'm going to go for the King's Road. And do I use it on Summer? Jojen? Not sure. Let's put... Well, we save one for Flea Bottom and Summer. So we can marshal a 4-cost character. Probably Triss Botley. So I can also do this, which is really obnoxious, but I think I'm supposed to do this. Remove his economy. So he can't have any more, he can't have any locations. Kind of a scumbag thing to do, but I think it is the play. I would say it's high odds that he just can't marshal anything this turn. Just has to sit there. What will I do next turn? Maybe trade routes, even though it's only 6 gold. Still sort of the most appealing option that I have. Consolidation of power obviously does not bother me. Let's get our Bran Stark back. Really? That seems like a bit of a waste when you have an empty board. I wasn't going to kill anything anyways, but I guess he got me. I guess he is also over reserve, so he might as well just use the cards. So probably have to discard him anyways. Yeah, that would have been a pretty dank card to take with the Sea Bitch combo. Probably never going to get around to doing that. I guess I go for trade routes. I just need money. He did have March to the Wall. Yep. That would make sense because Wars to Come means that they'll just throw in a random copy of Marched. Even if it doesn't actually accomplish anything. Like it doesn't have any synergy with their deck. They just throw it in there anyways. They just toss it right on in there. So I don't quite have enough money to afford Catelyn, do I? Yeah, I don't know if Catelyn's really worth it. I can marshal Catelyn for 4, and then I can marshal Summer. I think that's worth it, given how minimal his side of the board is. Could also marshal Bran and hold back on Summer. That's not accomplishing anything. Let's just put Mirror Read into Shadows. How about that? No, that doesn't do anything. Well, I already clicked on her. We'll do it. I do think Summer was probably a little bit better, but whatever. I'm going to do this just on the very off chance that he has 2 march to the wall. I think the odds of that are pretty low, but that's like one of the only ways that he could possibly turn this game around, so still just going to do it. Well, he freaking got me there. I think I just pass and defend. Yep. No need to do anything. Blackwater Bay. It's another one I could have taken. At this point, I'm just revealing confiscation because it has 2 more gold than counting coppers. That's the only reason. You go first, since you seem to love going second so much. Not this time. I'm going to assume that's another Shadow Priestess. Well, we need our military icon. Jon Snow's not good yet because we don't have good sacrifice targets yet. So let's do this. I guess this is efficient? I don't know. I think this is correct, all things considered. And I am going to mill that Rose Road. I can always just marshal it out of the discard later if I want it. So, we're on our last plot, and we have 1 power to our name. This is one of the slowest games I've played in quite a while. Still like my chances in it. The opponent just does not have locations, and that just does not bode well for a long game. Probably just are not going to be able to win without any locations. He got rid of my Triss right away, so if he was drawing any Dragonstone ports, he'd be able to marshal them. He just appears to be drawing literally no economy cards. And you can see here why I disagree with his decision earlier to sacrifice his Dragonstone port instead of a Dragonstone Faithful. Because those Dragonstone Faithfuls got cleared by resets, but that Dragonstone port would still be in play right now if he had not chosen to sacrifice it for the North Remembers. I don't think that was the best time for him to do that, but I guess he might as well do it sometime. He's got to do it sooner or later. Probably would have waited 1 more turn if I was him, because he's way under the 10 gold limit on his side. And my board's only going to get bigger. There's not really nothing he can do, it seems, to reduce its size. Great Hall and Rose Road are pretty much the same for this turn. And Great Hall will be bigger next turn when I use Close Call on Rob. So let's do Great Hall. Now we're going to get Jon Snow. Get some sacrifice going. 1 gold for Flea Bottom or Mira Reed. He is Wars to Come. This is where the downside of Wars to Come actually matters because he cannot do Valar Morghulis again for like 4 more turns. So I don't have to worry about getting saves. See if this is another Shadow Priestess. Yep. I don't think that accomplishes very much, but he might as well use it. Doesn't really have much else to do with his life. I agree with that assessment. This guy's draw luck is crazy. Either he is not seen in flames, sure. Either he's just not running enough economy, or he has the worst draw luck of all time. He's drawn 2 economy cards, and one of them was a Stormlands fiefdom in the whole game. That blows. He targeted my Rob, even though he saw that I have another copy in hand. Which is not correct. If he's trying to like set up another Valar Morghulis, that's not going to work. Because I have Iron Mines, and I can marshal more Iron Mines out of my discard. So I'm always going to have saves on deck. I guess I don't even need to do Close Call yet. Let's just do Peace and Prosperity. Just cycle through our economy plots and keep building our little engine here. There's the trade routes, finally plays it. Even if he has Robert, I'm fine with him going first. He's still barely going to have enough money for that, and I can use Mira Reed on him. Yeah, like if he marshals Robert, he'll have 1 gold left. He put the milk on Jon instead of Catelyn, that's funny. I guess it's true that if I don't actually have any way to sacrifice characters, then I can't really activate Catelyn. That's why we run Confiscation. What are we going to get out of our discard here? Probably just another Rose Road. Now I basically have 6 gold, so I can marshal a 4 and have 2 left, or a 3 and have 3 left. Don't really need to use Flea Bottom, so let's just marshal 2 3s. Suppose I'm going to hold this Catelyn dupe. In case the game actually resets his plot deck and he does Valar Dohaeris again, then the Catelyn dupe could be relevant. Alright, if I defend this, then he can win a power, and I actually don't want that. So I'm going to let him have it. That's too bad. That was going to be a pretty decent character, I think, but whatever. We'll live with it. I'm going to go for power over intrigue with Jojen's challenge. Intrigue doesn't really matter because he doesn't have enough gold to pay for whatever's in his hand. So discarding cards out of it doesn't do a whole lot. And we are getting up there in power counts now. Summer and the Rose Road. Well, I think I'm going to draw Summer. I guess I could have discarded him into the flea bottom pile, but I can always sacrifice him with Jon Snow, so. Since confiscation is ready to go. Grand Melee. Well, that has to favor me because I have 5 characters and he only has 2. I guess I marshal another Great Hall. These guys are still dead, unfortunately. So let's marshal this guy. Draw a card. Another Great Hall, okay. Surely I've drawn like every economy in my deck at this point. Doesn't seem to be any reason to hold back. I'll hold the Steward back in case, because... Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think there was any way he could win. I don't understand. Just didn't have any locations. What is there to say about that? Kind of unfortunate, but we did get to use the Sea Bitch sacrifice combo, so that's nice. Frickin' got him, I guess.